Welcome to our set. It's brown doors. Well, season 3 is entitled Villains, so you're going to expect a lot of villains. And the idea is that everybody has the capacity to become good and evil, good or evil, and or maybe it could be both. And it's the choices that they make that's going to define who they are as a person. So we might see some of our new characters who are evil, could be villains, could be also good people, but you could also see our lovable heroes turn into villains as well. So you never know what's going to happen. And some villains might become heroes as well. It's all up in the air and anything can happen. Well, I'll throw an Anakin Skywalker in there. Possibly. I mean, every character has to grow, so Hero kind of lost his innocence in some senses, so it's kind of hard for him to gain that back. Maybe he will somehow, we don't know, but I'll throw in another Anakin Skywalker reference in there as well. Yeah, definitely Ando's going to be traveling around, you have your Batman and Robin kind of, the sidekick and the superhero kind of thing going through international travels and stuff. So there's going to be a lot of jumping around here and there. Kind of going back to what season 1 is about, so. Actually, not that much. To be honest with you, Hero hasn't run into any of the season 1 cast at all. Maybe there might be one or two, maybe one or so, but not so far in the first half of the season. However, he interacts with a lot of the villains and stuff. So I hope Hero does interact more with the characters, because for me, episode 5 was fantastic. Season 1 when Hero got to meet Nathan for the first time, and that was a lot of fun doing that. Yes, our Hero gets his arch nemesis Daphne. So as Batman has Joker, Hero gets Daphne, and she's the speedster. She can move really fast and it's super fast that you can't see. But so what happens when Hero stops time? So does she slow down? Does she stop? Does she freeze? Can she move in the times? We don't know, but he finds his arch nemesis. For me, it's kind of more like a Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner scenario, except she says more than meep meep, and Hero will fall flat on his face many times. Probably, I mean, he held a 400-year-old grudge, so who knows? I mean, another year, another 400 years in the future, maybe, he might still hold a grudge. As far as we know, he's not dead, and it's called Villains. Well, future Hero, as we've seen him, doesn't exist. Well, doesn't exist because we kind of see future Hero version 2.0, but not the original one. He's involved because that's based on Claire being killed and not being able to stop the bomb. His friend dying and all of that. So it's going to be a little bit different. You're going to have a different future because we've changed the future. But who said? Who knows? You never know what can happen to create that, old future Hero version 1.0 as well. So yeah, I kind of rely on the writers on that. It's our time space, paradox. Timeline paradox is kind of interesting. It doesn't follow one specific theory, and in this case, in our case, we're asking for a suspension of disbelief a little bit. Just like, and we jump around things. Some things can change the future, some things can't. We try to be as consistent as possible, but of course, there's things that pop up that needs to be told. For narrative's sake, we kind of bend the rules a little bit. I think everyone was just excited. We knew, it was great to see the family, our casts and our crew members, had to stop their entire season abruptly, and the writer's strike had nothing for them to gain. So we kind of affected their livelihoods on a very sudden basis. And it was great to see all of them come back to our show, and it just shows how passionate they are about the show and how they really love working on the show. And that's the best thing about it, to be able to see everyone back together again and work on this great show as a family. And for the fans too. I know the fans, we've kind of left them hanging for about many months now, almost a year, that we can finally come back, get recharged, re-energized with great storylines, be refreshed. The writers have great ideas, and we have some great stories coming up. So to be able to present that to the fans, so we thank them for being patient, and yeah, I think they're going to love what they see.
Heroes, Mondays on NBC.